Hello, problem solvers. This is Mrs. Post, and today is April 16th. Today, you are going to work on two problems today. It is on one of our worksheets. It's actually the same situation, but there are two questions, and I'm going to go over it with you guys in just a minute. First things first, let's go over our work from yesterday and make sure you guys were able to work on the printer ink problem. So I went ahead and I kind of wrote it out right here. So I want to show you guys what I was hoping you guys would have here. So you guys were working on the problem with the printer. You had printer 1 and you had printer 2. And so if you guys remember from yesterday, printer 1 was the cheapest one. It had the 2 kinds of ink, and printer 2 had like the 4 kinds of ink. So the question was, under what circumstances might somebody want to buy printer 1, even though it was the cheapest printer, it was more expensive overall, whereas printer 2 was cheaper, but the printer was more expensive. So we kind of were working on this one yesterday a little bit, and then you guys had this question to follow up with it. So what I did was, we know that printer 2 was $220 for up to 6,500 pages. Okay, we know that. So they're like, well, why would anybody want to buy printer 1? Because printer 1, remember, it was, wasn't it like $462 to get close to that amount of pages? So it was like twice as much money. So why would anybody want to buy that one? So there could be a scenario, maybe you guys were able to come up with it, hopefully you did, and it could have had to do with the pages. So what I did was I kind of used algebra. You didn't have to, you could have done some kind of modeling or something where, or kind of like a guess and check system. So what I did was I was like, okay, the printer costs $30. And we know that. And then we also know that it's $24 for every ink cartridge. And every ink cartridge is only giving you 355 pages. So I was like, okay, well, how many ink cartridges would we need to get? Like, how many pages could we get to get up to $220 for like the price of printer 2? Kind of what I was hoping you guys would kind of think. So I just like made an algebraic model. I did it in inequality because I was like, well, up to $220. So I was like, okay, 30 plus 24x, x is the number of cartridges. And so I subtracted 30 from both sides. I got 190, and I divided both sides by 24. So 190 divided by 24 is like 7.9. It's about seven cartridges. And you can try it. So I did that. So I was like, okay, 7 cartridges times 355 pages, that would give you 2,485 pages. And then the price of that would be the $30 for the printer, and then the $24 for the ink times 7 of them. And that would be a total of $198. So why in the heck would you want to spend $198 to print 2,485 pages when you could buy printer 2, which is just like what, $22 more, and get a bunch more pages? So I don't know why you'd want to do it. The only thing I could think of, we know it's cheaper, but here's the clincher right here. That is fine if that is all you need. And some of you guys are really, really good at coming up with different scenarios, lots of other alternative explanations, but that's my alternative explanation. If that's all you need and you're like on a budget and you don't need, you don't have $220, you only have like $200 and you're like, I really can't go over it. It's all I need. I don't ever need to print again. It's just for a project. Well, there you go, right? So that's the only scenario I could think of where, you know, that would kind of happen. So that's kind of what I was thinking about for this first part. And you guys are welcome to go through some other scenarios, but that's kind of where I was hoping you guys would kind of think through. And I'd be interested to see your work. I'm interested to see your work and see what you guys came up with here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead real quickly and go over today's assignment. So it is, I'm going to attach it to your assignment for today, April 16th. I'll send it to you or I'll attach it as a PDF file, and also I have it as a Word document too. So either way, it's fine, whatever works better on your device. So it's one situation, but it has 2 questions. Your questions are down here, A and B. A is, how much money should Mythic Insurance pay out on Hussein's claim? And then the question B is, how much would Mythic Insurance pay out if Hussein's accident had happened after January 1st? So it's some kind of insurance. And if you go up to the title, it's Mythic Insurance is the company name. And so instead of talking about printers, in this case, we're talking about an insurance policy. So it says Mythic Insurance offers students an insurance policy with these benefits. So there's kind of like three different situations. The first benefit, you guys can kind of see, it's damage to loss of or theft of clothing, textbooks, computer, and sports equipment. And that covers up to $1,500. So these are different insurance policies for students. The second one is withdrawal from study. So if you get sick or there's an accident and you have to drop out, they will cover your college or university fees already paid up to $12,000. So I know you guys are not in college yet. Maybe you guys know this. You have maybe older siblings or your parents or guardians have told you. But yeah, if you go to school and you have to withdraw past the withdrawal deadline, you have to pay for that school, those classes, regardless if you drop out for whatever reason. But this is saying if you have some kind of accident and you can't finish the semester, you have this insurance option. I've never heard of it before whenever I was in college, but that was a really long time ago. Okay, so and then the third option is medical expenses cover for an accident, so up to $10,000. So I don't really know what kind of accident they're talking about, maybe on campus or something. And it will actually go into it more here. So the key terms of the insurance policy are as follows. So that's where I need you guys to read and kind of figure out, okay, what kind of accident, what kind of sickness, what about a pandemic, right? So those kinds of things. So you guys are going to read these 6 terms of the policy, and then the question here is about student Hussein. He bought this insurance policy. It gives you information about his scenario. So really, when you're answering this, be thinking about Hussein, and kind of like with the printer, you were thinking about yourself and what would be a better deal for you. Think about Hussein and think about what's a better deal for him, or what should he have done to get the most amount of money for his claim or for his situation. So be thinking about it. I know you could think about it like from the insurance perspective, because the insurance perspective would be, okay, we don't want to pay any money. We want to try to give as little money as possible. But if you're thinking about it from the student perspective, which is what I want you to do, then in that case, think about the most money that he could get from the insurance company with his claims. So let me see if I didn't plug that in. So hang on. Let me see if I can go back here. All right, so you guys are thinking about Hussein right here from his perspective, and you're answering question A and you're answering question B. Okay, so that's what I need you guys to do, and you guys can work on that today. And I want you guys to work on this independently. That's what I had planned for you guys for today, was to work on this independently. This is a 10-point mastery assignment. So it's kind of like a little quick check. It's a 10-point problem solving mastery assignment. We're going to go, if you guys can all turn this in today, then I can grade it and I can give it back to you, and then we can go over the answers. But the problem is some of you guys are not turning in your quizzes and your tests and your graded assignments, so I cannot go over it in the lesson. I have to get those in, and so I have to accept them, and so I can't go over the answers for everyone. Please do this today so we can go over the answers. So next week you guys can have a 20-point mastery assignment on these types of problems, and you guys have that benefit. Otherwise, I just have to give it to you privately as best as I can. All right, so you guys get to work on this. If you have questions, you can see me from 10 to 12 or 2 to 4, but this is independent, and I'll make a note in the assignment tab. All right, you guys, hope to see you and hear from you soon, and take care, and talk to you guys later. Bye.